Steel Division 2 cast, and today we have a battle of two titans of Group 1 or Division 1, Shaun versus Lossa. So we have the matchup in front of you. On the left hand side in blue we have Shaun playing the Ski Jaeger on his favourite balanced income. And then on the right hand side in red we have Lossa playing the first Polish infantry division, also on balanced income. So Lossa's going to try and trade one for one. He's going for the balanced income against Shaun. The map itself you can see behind us, and I believe this is Krupa. So this does favour longer game times, as somebody needs to make a bridgehead. Generally somebody needs to make a bridgehead somewhere, and if they don't, it can lead to protracted games. Let's jump in and have a look at Shaun's deck. So he is on the left in blue playing Ski Jaeger on balanced income. His deck, well-rounded, I would say, definitely well-rounded. Shaun is a very good player, very good player. I think some would say he is the best Steel Division 2 player in the world right now. So Lossa has got his work cut out. Shaun was the winner of Steel Division 2 League Season 1. So there is he's certainly he's a very good player. I mean, what can I say about this deck? I mean, it's just a very good, well-rounded deck. Very good, well-rounded deck. I think Ski Jaeger, the anti-air, not always the best. They have decent options. It's just, it's good. Don't get me wrong, it is good. It's just not. It's no flakvillings. There are no flakvillings there. I think tank-wise, certainly he's not going to struggle, because the first Polish, they can really only put T-34s out on the field. So yeah, Stug 3Gs, T-34 85s. Certainly Shaun can handle himself on the tank front. Yeah, I don't really think there's too much to say about this deck. Let's head over and have a look at Lossa's deck. So he is on the right hand side, playing in red. He is the first Polish infantry division, also playing on balanced income. I think Lossa, where is his? I think these are two fairly well matched divisions, if I'm honest. There's not too much I can say about this division as well. Interestingly, he's chosen the T-70s in A. So actually, he's not really got any real heavy tank or armoured vehicles in A. He has the Su-57s that have a very good gun. He has the M42 AT guns. They can do a fantastic job. And he has the Su-76M in the artillery role, but I would suspect they'd be used in the artillery role. But Shaun is a balanced player. He doesn't really attack early. So if Lossa can get through phase A, without his heavy tank support, I don't see why there's any reason Lossa can't get through without an abundance of tanks. I think in C phase, look at those two cards of T-34Es, 16 apiece, 32 T-34Es in C phase. So that could be where maybe Lossa looks to push with an armoured advance in C phase, especially with the two cards of Strelky CKMs, very strong infantry. So yeah, this is going to be a tasty game. tasty game. The players are off. Let's join the action. On the left hand side in blue is Shaun playing the Skijager on balanced income. Looks like he is pushing for maybe a little advance over the river in the centre, and in the southern side Lossa on the right hand side in red playing the first Polish infantry division, also on balanced income, is very much defensive early on in this game, so he's looking for Shaun to be the aggressor early on, look for a bridgehead and exploit. Lossa is definitely looking to hold on to his position, but there is no income difference between the two players, so we will see how this one goes. Lossa dropping off the 52p rather early. Oh, he has now put it in the... Yeah, interesting. I'm assuming he's going to move it up on foot into this kind of edge of this forest. Stern Panzer KV-2R coming in from Shaun into that central area. Let's look, and they're moving outside. The PTRS is engaging, short unloading, everything on foot, and his infantry can take a lot of control over this southern side. So Shaun makes himself a foothold in the south with a lot of infantry. And have we got a combat in there? Yes, we have a commandant. It is upvetting this southern force. So I'm expecting Shaun is very good at placing his commandants right between two central attacks, and it's not surprising that he chose to attack in the centre and the south with a commandant sat there buffing both areas up. His central force, I think, was very much a probe, and it hasn't been successful. The battery Führer has retreated and is upvetting the Skijager MG42, but in the southern area, you know, his advance has captured a point. He does go 13-11 up, and we'll be looking to see how Shaun reinforces this position. I definitely think there's a lot to learn from Shaun in his playstyle, and I'm definitely excited to watch more of his games. The Stern Panzer KV-2R, both of them into that central ground, and this can be a key unit for Shaun. It is 152mm cannon, 7 damage on its HE shells. This thing can, you know, decimate unarmoured units, and it can decimate armoured units as well. 160mm of penetration. That thing is a heavy beast, So we'll be looking to see whether Shaun does take advantage. Oh, turret stock coming down on the SPW-222 as it looks to reposition, and the M42 gun does take it out. Nice little positioning by Lossa, covering this road in case Shaun does reposition any units. The MG42 is now engaging, does take a couple of shots off, and taking that unit down to 2 men, down to 1 man, 4 soldiers gone. Oh, and there it goes. Lovely little defeat there from the MG42s. The OB25 now, oh sorry, the 52P now engaging, as well as a Yak-7B looking to get in with the rocket strikes. Pins it down. Will Shaun back that unit away? Also supporting fire from the T-70 up in the back here. And Lossa will be hoping that MG42 goes down. Oh, look at this lovely little advance from Lossa down into the southern side. He is flanking Shaun's units, but they will be cut off. They will only be able to supply themselves with their own equipment. There is, you know, Lossa cannot resupply these by roads, so it's only infantry equipment that can get over the river and into these positions, but it will certainly hamper Shaun for a little while. Although Shaun recovers the flag, yeah, he's bringing more units. I mean, Lossa, is that a bad trade? Is it a bad trade? We'll have to see how this one develops. M42 gun, look at this little positioning here up on this hill. Lovely little positioning from Lossa there. I've not noticed this position before. This is why I like watching the League One group players, because their AT gun, you know, their infantry gun, their, you know, supporting gun platform positions are fantastic. The position of their commandants, beautiful. You know, you can learn such a lot from these guys, such a lot. Shaun's advancing down now with Sturmski Jägers, and these are well equipped with the 9 MP44s and they can definitely do a hell of a lot of damage onto Lossa's strokey CKMs. And I think Shaun will retake that position. A very slow start to this game, guys. Both players on balanced income, and they're playing it very safe between each other. Let's watch these engage on the southern side. Look at the damage being taken by this strokey CKM as all of those MP44s get on target. In comes the Yak 7B with the rocket strikes. Not quite enough to stress out that southern Sturm Ski Jäger. The BA-64B pressing forwards. What else is here? The M42 back here taking shots on the infantry coming into this area. Luckily, he's not actually. Luckily for Shaun, he's not actually hitting anything. One of the well, Shaun backs off with the Sturm Ski Jäger. Another one gets pinned down. Oh, down goes one of the infantry. It's a close fight. A ski sharpshooter comes in, and I expect him to take up position somewhere down here. Use that 1,000-meter range with the sniper rifle to pull in some effective fire. Looks like two SDKZ 10-4s are coming into the central area to try and shut down this air power from Lossa. Sturm Ski Jäger's pushing forwards once again, and actually it looks like Lossa is going to win this fight out overall, which is surprising. I am quite surprised by this. I was expecting Shaun to win this out with the Sturm Ski Jägers, but it looks like the strokey CKMs with the two DP-28 machine guns are definitely doing a big job on them. It looks like Shaun is pushing forwards over the centre once again with Ski Jägers supported by the Sturm Panzer KV-2R, definitely looking to take advantage of a central push. Oh, the T-70 back here from Lossa again, well positioned, you know. He's got the open ground past this tree line onwards with this T-70, so it can't be fired on from this tree line, which is a key position for AT and infantry gun platforms. Beautiful positioning of units from Lossa. Beautiful. And these Ski Jägers do get up into position. The PTRS maybe not in the best spot, would have probably have been better being down here in this position that can use a 500-meter range, you know, to shoot any infantry transports coming in. It looks like some did go down earlier, and actually this one's probably backed off. Lossa needs to re-engage it. Looks like the double Ski Jägers, they are out in the open though, but the MG42, yeah, they're going to lose out in this position. They are going to lose out to the one strokey CKM squad, and that's because they're out in the open. They are not in cover. But the Sturm Panzer KV-2 is now getting into position, and he's going to engage, and Lossa, rightly so, backs off. Does not want to take a Sturm Panzer KV-2R shell to the face with those infantry units. Strokey CKMs are still in the position, and Lossa's brought in an Su-76M, two of them in now, to shell Shaun's positions. And Shaun has got a 14-10 right now, but I don't think Lossa's in any kind of trouble right here. At all. In any way, shape or form. I think this central area is looking, you know, it could look... You know, the two KV-2Rs, they are the main units that Lossa needs to get rid of right now. And Shaun is reinforcing this central attack. His two initial infantry units have gone down. The battery Führer is able to get into a nice position to support any further advance. The Sturm Panzer KV-2R are going to supply with a lot of damage. But it's whether they can go down. I'd love to see Lossa try and move this M42 gun down here into this forest, you know, and engage at this short range. He could definitely get some kills at that kind of range. But I think Lossa's playing the waiting game. He is playing the waiting game here. Looks like he is trying to position back. Oh, look at that. He's positioning to engage one of them at a time. Beautiful play. He has got the APCR turned on, sorry, that is to his advantage. Let's see how this one develops. Shaun has reinforced the centre area. The T-70 is moving forwards. The M42 finally fires. All of that time, he finally fires on the KV-2R. Look at Shaun immediately, absolutely immediately. He saw the shot, he microed back. Just the awareness of these players, absolutely fantastic. Loaded wounded though onto one of them, transmission damaged. But yeah, one of the KV-2Rs finally gets a shell on target. In comes the rockets from the 7Bs, firing down onto these infantry units, definitely pins down a lot of them. And Shaun now has 3 SDKF-10-4s up-vetted by the commandant. Beautiful positioning of units, and look how he tightly packs them. I mean, there's 2 ways you could go about this. You could cover the entire front with these 3 units, which is going to help out if aircraft do come down the south. But in this tightly packed little area, if anything strays over this position here, because there's 3 of them, that is going to have a lot more lethal killing damage, and they're all vetted by his commandant. He is fantastic at his positioning of support weapons. Really good, really good. So the M42 gun has gone down to the second KV-2R shot. The T-78, a beautiful positioning, just engaging any infantry out in the open, moving across. And yeah, beautiful positioning there by Lossa. This is a strategic, oh, what's the word? This is just a strategic heaven. Yeah, this is a real strategic game. Real game of chess here. It's chess in Steel Division 2. That's what this is. In comes the Sturm ski sharpshoots, which I think may have been brought in to counter the M42 gun. But actually, now that's gone down, is it just there to provide recon to the Sturm Panzer KV-2s? May well be the case, to ensure that, you know, they do see an AT gun firing. Shaun's just picked up the flag and he's leaving his units there. So he's not kind of pressing further forwards than he needs to. He's picked the flag up, he's happy with that. 14-10 to Shaun right now. Lossa pushing back in the south, he's bringing in the Sapori rocks. Let's have a look at his infantry. He must have those in B phase. Before we do that, let's just see this engagement in the centre. The 2 Sapori rocks are going to decimate. I'm sure they are going to decimate this infantry. The Ski Jäger cannot stand up to the Sapori rocks in heavy forest. Down goes 2 units, and Lossa is going to pick up this position wonderfully. His use of units, absolutely fantastic. He hasn't over committed to this position. Shaun's trying to get the battery Führer out of the way, but also taking fire from the T-70 a bit further south. But yeah, he's just brought exactly the right unit in to clear up this heavy forest. And that is 70 points well spent from Lossa there. In comes those Yak 7Bs. Again, they've been fantastic so far. Shaun's brought in 2 80mm mortars, and Lossa has cleared up this position here again with the Sapori rocks. Lovely choice. Oh, and he's actually picked up a flag down here, but it looks like Shaun has cleared up a lot of the infantry units that Lossa had in here. He's only got the DCA Strelkow left, and that does go down as well. The Strelky SVTs do come in, but they won't be matched against these 3 units and the Ski Jäger Führer as well. So that leaves Shaun with a 13-11. He just slowly picked this back up with the Ski Jäger Pioneers, but the Sapori rocks should counter them. And I also like to see a little bit of artillery fire onto that little spot there, just to soften up the Pioneers before Lossa strikes out again. Looks like Shaun might want to advance across the river into this position, and maybe that's what he's doing with the initial artillery fire. Yes, that is exactly what he's doing. And notice the move order here. So lots of people would have these on an attack move order, but he wants to get them across the river as fast as possible. So that's why he's got them on a move command. Actually, the Sapori rocks there are engaging with the DP-28 machine gun, so they are going to hurt. Look how Shaun is trying to bring them out of line of sight. Beautiful micro. Just fantastic, just fantastic to watch. Oh, look at Lossa's reinforcements in the south. 3 T-34 76ers and a whole lot of Odziel Khan's supply truck, which I think is to supply both his Su-76Ms, which I think he's repositioning together. Yeah, so the supply truck can resupply them. I think the only thing we are missing down here is a combat. Let's have a look at Lossa's deck and see whether he does have a combat in it. Oh, hang on, that is Shaun's deck. One moment. So he definitely has a combat and he has it out on the ground. Let's have a look. Yes, Lossa does have a combat. So kind of surprised that isn't down here in the southern side, kind of around this position and buffing up all of his support units. Plane did go down there. I'm assuming it was a Yak 7B. I think it was a Yak 7B there that did go down eventually to the anti-air. Oh wow, yes, look at Shaun's anti-air down here. He's got 2 SDKFZ 7.2s and 3 SDKFZ 10.4s. I think Lossa is going to be stuck now with the air attacks. Down comes an off map, which has to be one of Shaun's. Where has that come from? Maybe the unit went down. I mean, based on the positioning, it's got to be Shaun's, unless it was a plane off map. I think Shaun does have access to the plane off map. Let's just check. Yeah, 2 Geo 145 Bs and B phase, so it must have been that artillery off map from Shaun. So Shaun has picked up the southern flag, although it's tossing and turning right now. And the Sapri Rocks are still engaging, but they have been, you know, beaten down. Yeah, the Sturmski Eagles do take them out. So Shaun, you know, he's got a southern presence here. But all of it is coming down into the south, and Lossa is able to reinforce this entire southern area. The Dornier 217J1 coming in for the strike onto the 52P. And doesn't get the kill, but I think he is going to survive that. I think he's going to survive. I think we are missing a combat down here in this southern side, and that is what Lossa's... I'm kind of surprised Lossa hasn't got his combat down here. That would really help him. Yep, the Dornier does get out alive. The Ski Stern Fusilier now being engaged by the Odziel Khanis, but these guys are beasts as well. 10 MP44s on them, but they are moving south into the path of the T-34 76ers. Yeah, wow, surprised they weren't spotted there by those T-34s. Looks like the Odziel Khanis though are moving into that position and trying to clear that area up. Lossa's got a lot of his armoured units down there. That T-70 has to be careful not to be fired at, or not to have an AT grenade thrown in his face. But I think Lossa's kind of using this T-70 as a unit to find these. He's not too worried if he loses them. So he's using them to find the Ski Stern Fusilier. And he is successful in doing that. Lossa bringing a hell of a lot of reinforcements down into this southern side. He's even got a 61k back here firing on the Ski sharpshoots. More strokey SVTs as well. Lossa's definitely concentrating on retaking this southern side, and because of the style of map, you know, Shaun is kind of got a bridgehead here, so he needs to reinforce his position to push on. And so we do get a kind of protracted battles on this Krupa map. Balanced income definitely is a favour to this Krupa map. Shaun has a T-34-85 coming down, but that M42 still in exactly the same position. And taking shots at absolutely everything that comes in. An IL-2M forced back before it can get the bombs off. The anti-air is now too strong from Shaun. Absolutely too strong. And it looks like Shaun's going to push over the river with his infantry. That may be the plan. I'm not sure. We will see. And down goes that plane. So the anti-air is way too strong down here on this southern side now. Lossa is going to have to target his anti-air, Shaun's anti-air with artillery, or he's not going to be able to use any further planes on this southern side. The Su-57 tangling with the T-34-85 there. That can still do a great job. It can still take the kill. Shaun's backing it up. Looks like, yeah, pushing the Dorniers in to take down the Su-57. Ooh, not managing to get the kill, though. Not managing to get the kill. What a wonderful display of strategic prowess we are witnessing in this game. It is very tight. Very tight. Tight. Very tight. Oh, it's just a beautiful game to watch. Beautiful game to watch. It looks like the ski sharpshoots in the middle are going to go down, and wow, we missed it. We missed it. Rip to the Sturmpanzer KV-2Rs. Both of them have gone down in this centre field, and I imagine Shaun is probably a little bit unpleased about the effect those Sturmpanzer KV-2Rs had. I imagine he would have liked them to have more effect than they did do. I'm just thinking, would there be a better position down in this southern area where they could have done a bit more damage? I think actually, you know, it's really difficult. The sight lines down here are really tough. So I guess that's why he brought them into the centre ground. The sight lines around here are much better. But Lossa, I think he's killed those units, and he is targeting a central push. And Shaun, I don't think, has the units back here to resist. He's bringing in 4 Marder 1s and 1 Ski Jäger. I think he realises his centre ground is in trouble. He's expecting an attack, which is why his Ski Jäger is like coming into this position so far back. But Lossa is picking up on the fact that he's killed those 2 Sturmpanzer KV-2Rs, and he is pushing a central attack. This is expert. This is fantastic play. Yes, in come more T-34-76s. Shaun is repositioning his 10-4s, I think, to cover any infantry attack. Oh, it's just fantastic play. You know, perfect. Perfect. He's just got them out of line of sight, but if any infantry trucks come past this position, these 10-4s are going to rip them to shreds. But the infantry is going to load in the face of the MG42s. For sure. That MG42 has to go down. Will these 10-4s take out this truck? Let's watch. Yeah, just look at that beautiful display of firepower from the STKFZ 10-4. I mean, that was perfect. A perfect decision by Shaun. Perfect decision. But Lossa is putting Shaun under a lot of pressure in the south. He's been able to push over the river. And he has the 13-11 right now, does Lossa. He's picked up the flag. You know, it's back and forth. He's back to a 12-12, but he has units across his river. There's a lot of Panzerschrecks in here. I think Shaun was going to advance over the river with the Panzerschrecks, but he is being pushed back. Shaun is being pushed back by Lossa right now. This is a fantastic display. Looks like the T-34-76 is right at the edge of the river. Wow, is he going to push forwards? All the skis Panzerschreck, they are so close. They're moving into position to get a Panzerschreck strike off. Will he get the strike? Surely he will. Surely he will. Oh, they are so close. Not quite in range. Not quite in range. Oh, ammo explosion down from the T-34-85. And that's enough. Actually, I think it may even have been the Ski Jäger here that was pinned down. I'm not quite sure which one it was. But yeah, these T-34s, they are right close to some... Here we go, this Panzerschreck loading up. Fire comes in, yeah, takes down the T-34 on the river. And just Shaun holding back Lossa's southern push for now. But Lossa is advancing forwards in the north again. The KF said 10-4s are now actually exposed to fire from the T-34-76. Shaun has to realise he needs to pull them back. A little bit of a mistake right now. I'm sure he's going to notice any moment and pull those units out of that position, because he could lose his anti-air coverage right now. I think the other two are going to be safe there. Yeah, they are going to be safe. It was just that one that was a little bit exposed. Yeah, Shaun now realising. And artillery fire coming down. So Lossa is almost... He's almost found himself a foothold on the other side of the river. Will he be able to capitalise? There's kind of two approaches right now. The centre or the south. Which one's he going to strike at? Or is he going to strike at both? Down goes the M42 gun to the Dornier 217 strikes. And at the moment his anti-air isn't strong enough to hold back these Dorniers. Beautiful use of these Dornier planes, because often players, you know, they bring them in quite early and they never really have a long-term major effect on the battlefield. Ooh, big engagement between the two blocks of T-34s right now across the river from each other. Bailed out onto one of Shaun's units. I think Shaun's going to win this one. He has the 85s in here. He's definitely going to win this exchange of fire. Yeah, Lossa rightly backing this off, but he's backing them off in, you know, showing side armor. But he does that rightly so. It was the right decision to bat them away. Kind of surprised he didn't bat them directly back this way and then round the side afterwards. But yeah, look at the number of armoured units that Shaun has now in this central area. He has a lot. And bringing the Opal Blitz munitions round to fix up the bailed T-34-42. Nice job from Shaun there. Nice job. Wow. This is a slow burner, but a very strategic fight. The two Strelky CKM units cross the river, and they're facing Ski Jaegers, so they decide to head back again. But the T-34-76 are able to fire on these units, so I'm kind of surprised actually. Lossa could have held his position there. I think he would have been okay. I think he would have been okay. Maybe he's going to call in air artillery support. Oh, it looks like Lossa's striking down onto Shaun's mortar. That's a nice hit there onto that mortar. And Shaun is lacking in the artillery stakes. Doesn't have a lot onto the ground right now. I don't know whether Lossa's been using counter battery, whether he's been... I doubt it. I reckon he's probably been manually targeting the units because it is more efficient to do that. But Lossa does pick up the flag over the river, picks himself up at 13-11, sorry, and starts to, you know, take some points back against Shaun. Shaun, you know, does look in a weaker position right now, and Lossa looks in a tidy position. I think they equally traded well. And the first Polish infantry, I think Lossa did have a bit more of a deeper deck. I think Shaun had a very balanced deck, so he relies on trading well, and it works very well against kind of most income styles. But against a heavy balanced late game deck, I think maybe is, you know, Shaun's deck, if he doesn't trade better than the enemy, better than the opponent, you know, he could well lose this out just because his deck isn't as deep as Lossa's is. I mean, let's have a quick comparison of infantry numbers to see if the game goes long. So, Shaun has the 101 units of infantry. He has those 32 Ski Jaegers in C, which they are a lot of infantry units, but they are not fantastic infantry units. They aren't amazing. Let's find one. Here we have. They have the 7 carabiners and the MG42, but they are only 9 strength units. You can't really count the MP40 because it's very you don't want these in CQC combat anyway. Whereas if we have a look at Lossa's infantry, you know, he actually has slightly less infantry. He has 91 units. But these Strelky CKMs are much better quality. They have 9 SVTs and 2 DP machine guns. These are amazing weapons. The DP28 is probably a little bit worse than the MG42 at the moment on this patch, but the SVT has incredible killing power, much better than the Carabiner 98K used by the Germans. So this SVT is where the killing power of the Strelky CKM units come from, and they are 12-men squads compared to 9 men who of the Ski Jaegers. And remember, the Ski Jaegers effectively, you know, you can discount the MP40, so it's like 8 strength, or, you know, 1 MG42. They lose at range because it's 1 MG42 versus 2 DP28s. That's over 700 meter range. They lose at, you know, 500 meter range because of the SVTs, and they probably still lose at close range as well because the SVTs are still better than the MP40 at close range. So the quality of these CKM units definitely gives Lossa the upper hand in terms of the quality of infantry. So 30 minutes into this game, we are at a 12-12. Shaun has picked up a decent lead against Lossa, but Lossa has pulled this back, and he did start to get the tick down against Shaun, but I think Shaun has stabilized his position. Lossa has advanced over the river, but hasn't been able to make it past the number of armoured units Shaun has here. But I'm not quite sure what Shaun is going to do from this point onwards. Because he can't really advance in this central position. He just doesn't have the infantry to push forwards. He's going to need smoke. He's going to need a lot of stuff, and wow, okay, so as we look to the back, this is what Shaun is going to have to do now. I think he has to win back a lot of trades. So we're going to see the SFH 18 150mm artillery pieces. A lot of them are coming in for Shaun right now, but they are being counter battered by Lossa's Haubaka M30 122mm. And look at what's happening. We're in an artillery duel right now. Both players are bringing out the artillery pieces. I mean, these players, I think they're quite similar in play style, and they play this game superbly well. They're building themselves a steady front line, and then these players are going to use their artillery pieces to really hammer down the enemy opponent. Who's going to win out in the artillery duel? Well, at the moment, I think it looks like maybe Lossa's getting the win in this artillery duel. But let's have a quick look at these pieces. So the Haubaka M30 122mm has the 40% accuracy, whereas the SFH 18 150mm has a 20% accuracy. So I would give the advantage to the Haubaka M30 in a counter battery duel because it is going to be a more accurate counter battery artillery piece. So I think overall Lossa is probably going to win this duel out, depending on how many numbers he brings out here. IL-2M, I think that was going for a strike but didn't manage to get through with the number of aircraft here. The Dornier 217J1s, initially I think they were going for the head-on fire against the IL-2M, but yeah, they didn't manage it. Oh, and down goes that IL-2M. Just the anti-air is still too strong down here. It strayed too far over the lines, so yeah, it was still a bit too strong. I have a feeling that earlier off-map that I think came in from Shaun must have got shot down, because I don't think we saw subsequent off-map uses from it. So I think Lossa must have managed to shoot that one down at the time when it came in. Lossa has picked up the 1311. So yeah, he's picked up this flag here in this central compound. Oh, and look at the position of this 52K. He's hitting both the crossroads here and here with this little positioning. It's a nice little position there. But he is coming under fire. Ooh, does take down a T-34, I think there. Takes down another one. Lovely position in this 52K, but it looks like Shaun is bringing a number of infantry units, is going to capture this area back. At least that's what it looks like right now. I think, if I'm honest, I think this map comes, this game, I think it actually comes down to who wins the artillery duel. Because once one person gets rid of the other person's artillery, they can then strike fully down onto the other side's, you know, frontline units. But while this artillery duel is going on, it's going to take a long while for that to happen. But yeah, I think Shaun has more artillery pieces now. So if he fully concentrated on counter battery, I think Shaun could win it out. Even though the Halberd M30 is probably a better artillery piece for the job, I think Shaun has more artillery pieces. So if he concentrates on counter battery, it's a very slow game style, but you know, he gets rid of all of Lossa's artillery, and then he can just constantly fire down on the enemy infantry. And this game, remember, currently has no time limit whatsoever. So Shaun can sit here for an entire afternoon. This could be a 5-hour match if he wanted it to be. I mean, basically, this game is going to run until someone runs out of artillery ammunition. That's what it feels like right now. I mean, this is a very strategic game, but I am going to use this time now to give you my opinion on why I just mentioned that lack of time limit. This is a very balanced but very strategic game, and actually it's two top players being at their best in the strategic game style, but I just feel like the lack of a time limit really hurts the game right now, because there's no pressure on either side right now. It's 12-12. Both of these guys could just sit here, like I said, could just sit here for an entire afternoon, trade artillery blows at each other, not move a single unit in the middle of the field. They could trade artillery blows for ages. And, you know, is it engaging gameplay? Am I really enjoying this game right now that I am casting? I've got to say, I think for the first 25 to 30 minutes, I think yes. I think the last 5 minutes, this game, I would say no. I am not presently enjoying this game. It is nice to see two very good players play this game, but I just think the lack of a time limit creates no impetus. It creates no kind of pressure. It creates no kind of vehicle that one side has to attack more than the other. I think if we had a time limit, let's say like Steel Division Normandy, that has a 40-minute time limit, I think maybe you could look at 50 minutes for this, introduce something. The pressure would be on Lossa right now, because Shaun has built himself up a lead. So Lossa would need to find a way to attack back, and he would be forced to pressure Shaun. I think he could do that right now in the south with all of these units. If he started attacking in the south, he would, I think, beat Shaun out in this area. But there's no pressure on Lossa to do that right now. He is just going to trade blows with the artillery until somebody gets some kind of edge, and then he's probably going to push forwards on attack. In fact, it looks like he might be doing that in the centre at this point. But I just think it creates no pressure, and is it an entertaining game? I think for these two players, this is a very top-level league game. But do I want to sit in a game for over an hour, which is what a lot of league games, certainly in League Season 1, went for, or the Orsha Cup, which I played in. I played a lot of games that were over an hour long. And I have to say, if I'm honest, no, I think that's too long to sit in a game and play. I think modern MOBAs, which are kind of a little bit equivalent, they aim for a gameplay time of like 30 to 40 minutes. And I think that's a good engagement time. I mean, look at FPS shooters, look at Overwatch. They have like 10-minute games. Like COD, they have like 10-20-minute games. This is a more strategic game. This is a strategy game, a real-time strategy game. So I understand that game times are longer, and I think the players playing expect a longer game time, but if you're talking over an hour, I think that's too long. It is too long. And often when I'm playing this game, and once it gets to about 40 minutes, the exact point it is now, I kind of get a little bit bored playing it. And then I tend to get reckless and just push forward because I'm kind of bored with the match, and whether I win or lose, I kind of just want the game over at that point. And so I am on the side of having a time limit. I think those people that are after a realism scenario, yes, having a time limit is not realistic, but at the end of the day, this game has to be fun. And is it fun when a game lasts over an hour? Maybe it is for the winning guy, but even if I play an hour-long game and I win, I generally, after about 40 minutes, I'm not having fun anymore. I just want the game over, and so if I win, I'm kind of more glad that it's over than saying, yeah, I had a really fun game. I think you've probably had almost 10 minutes of me kind of chatting now. Not a lot has happened. We're still at 12-12, and I think back to the game that Metalface had with Gaspar. That game lasted over 2 hours. Over 2 hours. I just think it's too long. I just think it's too long. And actually, I think if you did introduce a time limit and it did create more pressure in the game, it would make the game more exciting and more enjoyable. And certainly right now, if I was casting this game and it had a 50-minute time limit, the pressure would be on Lossa. He would have 9 minutes to somehow get back. He would have to push 2 flags at least. We would be seeing an all-out attack in the southern side right now because he wouldn't have the time. He would have to press forward for the attack. And that creates excitement and pressure. Who is going to win? Is it going to be Lossa? Is it going to be Shaun? Shaun needs to hold on. Oh my God, Lossa needs to go for the last 2 flags. But it isn't. That isn't the game right now. The game is no time limit. The game is a long artillery duel between the 2 sides. And we have fantastic players. This isn't because the players are bad at the game. This isn't me saying, you know, not enjoying the players or saying that the players are playing it wrong. These are great players, and looks like Lossa is now pushing forwards in the south. He has made himself an overwhelming force on this southern side. It looks like actually he can achieve victory here with this force. Unless Shaun reinforces with equipment, he is bringing ski jaegers through. But actually, this southern force looks like a major push through right now. But you know, this could have come much earlier. Wow, actually, Lossa is pushing through right now, and this is what I'd be expecting with a 50-minute time limit. This kind of push to come in right now. Gunjam goes down on the T-34E from the Pack 40 up on the hill. Lossa does pick up the flag, brings himself up to a 13-11. Finally, we have a tick on the leaderboard. He's crossing with Strokey CKM across the river, but the ski jaegers are fighting back there. May well hold him out. The Pack 40 is definitely doing a good job right here. Right now, in that southern side, looks like the IL-2M is coming in. I think the anti-air has gone down. A lot of anti-air has gone down on the side of Shaun. These IL-2s are able to get across. Down goes the Pack 40. Good kill. Strokey CKM's pushing over the river. And Lossa is definitely looking like he's taking a commanding control of this southern side, but in the center all of his forces have been beaten back. It looks like Shaun could push an attack here in the center. I'd love to see Shaun push a counter attack in the center. That would be exciting stuff. Down goes the Dornier 217J1. Finally that thing goes down. The Pack gun, the Pack 36, caught in the middle of 2 infantry thrusts. That one's going to go down as well. Lossa is decisively breaking over the river right now. Has a 14-10. But this is the difference. Instead of this being 6 minutes till the end of the game, we have another 28 minutes to go until Lossa gets the victory. Unless he can push another flag, it looks like he can push this one. We've still got 28 minutes of this match left to go. So although Lossa has pushed a decisive breakthrough in this southern side, we've still got 28 minutes left on the clock. And, you know, don't discount Shaun at the moment, counter-attacking back into this central area. There's only one PTRS squad right now. In fact, he is going to pick up the flag, pull it back to a 13-11. As long... Down goes the SU-85. Big kill. Big, important kill. And if Shaun can get across the river here, he can cement himself in the centre. In comes an IL-2M attack into the centre. And a little bit of a stutter there. I don't know whether you picked that up. Oh, big blow. Big blow to Shaun's infantry. That takes away the impetus of Shaun's attack in the centre ground. And Shaun needs to bring more out onto the field. But if we look, no infantry left for Shaun. I think he is out of infantry. He has to be out of infantry because he would be bringing more in. He is pushing forward with the Struck 3Gs. He's got a one-man Ski Jäger squad. Oh, more Ski Jäger Pioneers coming in there. So he does have a little bit of infantry, but I think he's weak because if you look across his front, he barely has any infantry whatsoever. So I definitely think he is weak here on infantry. Ooh, the number of PTRDs firing on these Stuck 3Gs right now. Will Shaun be able to outlast the PTRDs and kind of hold back this position? He's bringing the commandant over to up-vet the Stuck 3G, so nice work there. Finally we have some more action in this game. Lossa bringing forward some more SU-85s, and they are going to do a nice job for him. This one in the centre was doing a very nice job as well. More IL-2M coming in to this centre area. The Dornier J217J1 is straying over enemy territory. An IL-2M strike coming in as well. This could be a major strike. Can we get down onto it? Look, a beautiful skin here. It's coming in across the river against 3 tanks. This could be a major blow. Down goes the bombs. Oh, oh my days. 3 tanks in one. Beautiful play from Lossa. Oh, what a play by Lossa. What an absolute beautiful play. Fantastic. This is what we like to see. This is Steel Division 2 at its best. Oh, yes. Oh yes, 14-10 to Lossa. Still 25 minutes on the clock, but Lossa definitely looks like he's in a very good position right now. 2 SU-85s in the centre, really shutting down Shaun's attack here. The Ski Jäger Pioneers do have to unload, move across and out of line of sight, but Shaun still has this area in his control right now. The Strucky CKMs reinforcing from Lossa can definitely pick up this flag once again. Shaun is desperately trying to attack in this central area. He knows Lossa is weak right now, but if he can get in there before Lossa can reinforce, he's got the opportunity. Lossa has picked up this centre, this southern side. Will Shaun unload these Ski Jägers in time? Yes, he does. Well played. He's got a number of units up on the hill as well that have been training very well, I think, as the infantry's been come through. All of the tanks have gone down. It's just infantry for Lossa in this southern side. And Shaun, if he can clear up this infantry, he can do a lot of damage here. He has the artillery. I'd like to see if that's engaging. I think it's still engaging in counter battery fire, and look, Shaun has managed to diminish Lossa's artillery on the back lines. I'd like to see Shaun start engaging this infantry down here with artillery fire. He can pull this back, but Lossa has the 15-9 now, 11 minutes left on the clock. The Yak 3 coming in for a strafing run onto the Pack 40. Will it make it in time? Wow, pinned down. Pinned down Pack 40, didn't quite manage to get the kill, but the SU-85s do finish it off. That's a nice job. There is another one still in here moving forwards. Those SU-85s may well go down to that Pack 40, and Shaun, I think Lossa has recovered this central ground very well. He's got the 15-9. He has to hold on to the south. If Shaun can get rid of the infantry in the southern area, he still has a chance. He has a chance of coming back in on this. The IL-2M coming in from Lossa. Looks like that's going to engage Shaun's infantry down here, but will it come in time? There's a lot of it in a nice little group here. So Lossa could pick up a couple of kills with that IL-2M aircraft. Just one with the Ski Jaeger there. In comes the off-map, the Bayo Geo 145B. Oh, off-map beautifully targeted onto a number of Lossa's infantry. IL-2M coming in for a strike. Will we see another major blow onto Shaun's tanks? Oh my god, this could be incredible. This could be incredible. Oh! Another three tanks gone down. Oh my days! What an absolute finish to this game! What an absolute finish to this game! Oh, we had to wait for 50 minutes into this game, but absolute beautiful play by Lossa. Those IL-2M strikes on Shaun's tanks, absolutely unbelievable. Oh my days, the off map coming down, taking down the ZIS-3 that was in there. A number of infantry units have been hit. The Strokey CKM pinned down, the other one suppressed. Will he get the killing blow onto that Strokey CKM? Is just missing. Yes, down it goes. IL-2M strike coming in from Lossa. So over time he has managed to get rid of Shaun's anti-aircraft units, and what an absolute fight we have on our hands now. Oh my god, this could be a number of infantry units going down as well. One of them goes down, the rest pinned down. Shaun is recovering this southern side. If you can get rid of these two infantry units in this forest, that's at least one flag back. 15-9 to Lossa. 9 minutes left on the clock, and Lossa's coming in for another attack. Oh, this could be a 3. This could be a triple threat. 3 in 3. I think the T-34-41 is backing off in time. Oh, just one strike, just one tank down. Just one tank down this time. The ME-109 G6 is forced back. Oh my days, this is unmissable action. Unmissable action right now. Lossa looks like he is pushing over that central ground. I think the PaK-40 and the T-34-42 is enough to hold him back there for now. I think this is all on Shaun clearing up the southern units. If he can do that, Lossa doesn't have too much behind him. Could we see a counter-attack from Shaun? He has to clear up this southern side. The number of stugs that Shaun is bringing in, unbelievable. The T-34-42, but not much infantry at all. Lossa, oh, he is forced to fall back. A lot of his infantry right now. I don't know whether there was artillery strikes coming in. The SFH-18 150mm needs to get reloaded. Down goes a fighter. I think that was Lossa's, one of Lossa's fighter down there going down. The 150mm, the artillery from Shaun is now engaging. He has free reign, free fire on his artillery right now. Can he hold on? Can he hold on? Wow, this is intense action, The T-34-42 does take down a retreating unit. Lossa's pushing over in the center ground. He has two PaK-40s here, and they are not firing. They are out of HE shells. At least one of them is. The other one I don't think is in a fantastic position. I think it is firing now. Yes, I think it was repositioned. Maybe even had HE turned off there. I wasn't quite sure. But yeah, oh, Shaun is desperately trying to take back this center ground. He just needs to hit this with artillery, and he will have it. The T-34-42 is pushing forwards, but that Strokey CKM still has the PTRD on it with 14 shots in it. Has pushed forward the Sturm Ski Jaeger should take them out. Surely that Strokey CKM has to go down. Oh, another strike there. Another strike from the IL-2M. We missed it. I don't think it actually got the kill. Down it goes. Down it goes. Lossa has been excellent with his airplay from 50 minutes onwards. The IL-2M coming in as well. Shaun is clearing them up with the ME-109s and the anti-air. He is slowly clearing this up. Shaun is not out of this yet. 15-9. Lossa takes the lead. 6 minutes left on the clock. What a finish to this game. One absolute finish to this game. Ski Jaeger Pioneers coming in now, and wow, if Shaun can push back to that position, he can get these flags back. He can do it. Can he get past his position? This Strokey CKM still has the PTRD. He's going to have to unload. He's going to have to unload. Otherwise, he faces his troops going down in the transports. Does unload two. The Ski Jäger Pioneers. Will the other one unload? He's trying to make his way past the beaten vehicles, the destroyed vehicles, and he does so. Down goes the Strokey CKM. The flag flips to Shaun. 14-10 to Lossa. 11 minutes 42 left on this clock. The Ski Jäger Pioneers are going to get through. Surely they're going to pick up another flag here. Surely. Yes, they do. 13-11 now to Lossa. 11 minutes left on the clock. Will Shaun be able to pull back the 12-12? Who knows? Who knows? Oh my days. Whoa, what incredible action we have here, but still 11 minutes left on the clock. This game is going to go past an hour. Looks like, yes, the infantry does go down in the transport. The Strokey CKM with the PTRD rifle making that count. Shaun still has a lot of infantry left. He has been delaying and delaying and delaying bringing his infantry in, and maybe that's because of the artillery duel. He didn't want to lose all of his infantry at will, but Shaun pushing over the river, and is this a mistake? He should have just had these in the buildings. Big mistake by Shaun. He's going to lose both Ski Jäger Pioneers trying to push across the building. The flag goes back to Lossa, back to a 14-10. I think that was a mistake. Should have just held in these buildings and then concentrated on the southern side, cleared that up, back to a 12-12, and then he can put himself into a new position to attack forwards once again. Lossa injecting some pressure on Shaun into this game, and wow, what a fantastic finish. 10 minutes left on the clock. Who is going to win this one out? This is very tight, very tight. The Su-85 get himself in a nice position to attack the reinforcements coming down in this road. Lovely positioning by that Su-85. Beautiful, beautiful play. Wow, the T-34Es coming across the river in the centre, but there are a number of Stug 3Gs here. If they can get by this Su-85, one of them went down. Yeah, there goes the other one. Ooh, the anti-aircraft gun does go down in the centre though. The Stug 3Gs, ooh, down goes one of the T-34Es. There's just one more remaining in here. Surely they're going to get rid of this one as well. Driver kill, shooter kill. Any more left? Down goes the T-34E. And Shaun has cleared up that central position back to a 13-11. Can he counterattack? Can Shaun counterattack? He pulls up the southern position. If he had those infantry units remaining in the town, he would have the 12-12 right now. But Lossa still has the opportunity. He's got 10 minutes left on the clock. He has to get reinforcements into this town immediately. Otherwise, Shaun is going to retake this and retake the 12-12. Shaun will. A Ju-87D3 is going to come forward and try and take out that Su-85, but there is a 61k in here from Lossa, and I don't think he's going to make it forwards. The ME-109 just stress out the M3A1, and that unit surely will surrender. Down goes the Su-85. I think it was a strike from the Mortar 1 maybe. I think it was probably the Mortar 1, so good strike there, but a number of Oddsy Carnies come in now, and these are beefy 20-man squads with the 3 DP-28 machine guns. These are amazing infantry squads at range, can soak up an absolute ton of damage. So Lossa is going to come in here and hold on to that town, I feel like. He still has the 13-11, 8 minutes left on the clock. Let's see, this IL-2M is going to come forward for the strike onto the Stug 3G. Could we see another Stug go down to an IL-2 attack? I'm thinking the answer is yes. The answer is yes, and another one as well. There we have it, another successful strike from these IL-2Ms. Lossa is decimating Shaun from the sky. Wow, what an end. What an end to this game. Lossa is still 7 minutes 54 seconds away from victory, but can he pick up the victory against Shaun? I think Shaun at the start of this game was an absolute favourite, the winner of Steel Division 2 League Season 1, and definitely the #1 pick for the winner of Steel Division League Season 2. So for Lossa, Lossa to get this victory. It will be a major upset against Shaun. And Lossa is doing fantastically well right now. Another JU87D3 coming in. I think that's going after the T34E, but I just don't think it will make it. There is too much anti-air back here. 261Ks, 52K as well. And Shaun is just losing plane after plane down here in the southern side. The Panzer T34 41 Fuhrer does go down. I think that was to the ZIS 3 here. Back in place, the Su-57 again is going to take up this spot to just look down that reinforcing road. And Lossa is using his units incredibly well. Look at this M3A1 that should have been surrendered earlier. Absolute beauty of a flank onto the Sturm Ski Jägers. Down goes another armoured unit in this southern side. Lossa is hanging on by his fingertips. 6 minutes 30 left on the clock. Shaun is attacking the anti-air with his artillery strikes. But will it come soon enough? The ME-109 G6 thinks better of that attack and turns back around, but it goes down as well. Wow, Lossa is making Shaun pay in the skies. He has full control right now, it feels like, in the skies. And SDK have said 7-2 is trying to establish control once again for Shaun, but his infantry units are just caught in the open. All of the armor's gone down here. He cannot push back into this town. Lossa has the 1311 and it looks like he's going to hold on. Is that an off-map? That was a big strike coming down here. An off-map plane is on the way. Maybe we missed one coming down here. I think it's actually just general artillery strikes from the 150 mil. But that why did that artillery plane not fire? Maybe he used all three. There it goes. There it goes. Does strike now onto a nice number of units, but the reinforcements coming in from Lossa. He still has more at this point. 1 hour into this game, 6 minutes left on the clock. Will Lossa hold on? Will Lossa hold on? That is the big question right now. Shaun is desperately trying to come back in this southern side. Down goes the off-map artillery plane, but there is not much left here from Shaun. Not much that he can do. The Ski Jägers are pushing forwards right into the edge of this off-map. They may well get caught by their own blast. That would be tragic if that were to happen. It looks like the tanks are going to try and move forwards once again. Lossa just has so much down here in this southern town. Shaun has to strike with a lot of artillery, and I'm kind of surprised he's striking here and not down here. If he can retake, oh yeah, it does catch his own units in his off-map strike. That really hurts Shaun. That really hurts Shaun. And yeah, I'm kind of surprised by his placement, why it wasn't down here. Maybe he's not assuming there's as much in this little city as there is. The M3A1 down here is actually out of 50 cal bullets. Wow. Wow, looks like Shaun is trying to kind of push across the river. In the north, he's just going to hope that Lossa has nothing up there. There's 4 minutes left on the clock. Shaun has to do something. The pressure is on Shaun right now. He has to find a way to get a flag back, but I don't think it's going to be possible. I feel like Lossa's got this one, but there's still 4 minutes left on the clock. There's still 4 minutes left for Shaun to pull this one back. The T-34, he bails out the 42 over the river. The 2 Marder ones, or the 4 Marder ones are there. That Marder one, is it going to engage? Yes, it does get a shot off. Incendiary. Oh, it could go down to this next strike though. Transmission damage. You're going to get a second attempt. Side damage. Oh, this is a tight battle. Surely will go down. Yes, it does. Yes, it does go down. Wow. The stuck 3Gs are moving in. Shaun is trying to edge over this flag. Oh, down goes the T-34E. I think it was bailed out earlier, but look at Lossa. He's going to cross the river with 3 more T-34s at his disposal. Shaun has nothing back behind enemy lines. It is all on the front line right now. 3 minutes left on the clock. Can Shaun hold on? It looks like he is pushing in the north, but I think Shaun is not going to find himself an avenue forwards at that point. Lossa's pushing forwards. The T-34E's onto the bridge. And Shaun, I think he threw in the towel right at the very end. 63 minutes, 34 seconds. What a game. What a win. Congratulations, Lossa. 7,900 kills to 6,900 losses. Out trades Shaun. What a fantastic game from Lossa. Unexpected result. Definitely an upset. Shaun would definitely have been the favourite, but Lossa pulls out the victory, and man, that will feel good for Lossa. That will feel good. Wow. Wow, what a game. What a game. Let's have a look at the kills for Lossa. Just even trades across the board. Even trades across the board. 52k, that did a great job against those Panzer T-34s. Another 52k, you know, taking out another 3 Panzer T-34s. Oh, where are the aircraft? Where are the aircraft? The IL-2M here, taking out 5 units. That'll be the bomber variant. Here we have an IL-2M taking out 2 Stug 3Gs and a Panzer T-34. Another one taking out 3 Stug 3Gs and a Panzer T-34. And another one down here taking out a T-34 and a Marder 1. Lossa really turned it on its head, I think, with those IL-2M strikes. Wow, they were fantastic to watch. Let's have a look at the losses for Lossa. The Sturmpanzer KV-2R, I think Shaun will be a little bit disappointed at his use of those Sturmpanzer KV-2Rs. Definitely a great unit. And I think could have traded much better with them. I think he lost out a fair bit there. Panzer T-34 here did a great job against a number of Lossa's units. But, you know, here we have the artillery. Down goes one M30. A supply truck and an S61K anti-air unit. Another SFH-18 taking down the Harbiker M30 and a supply truck. Another one taking down the Harbiker and another 2 supply trucks. Another one taking down 3 Harbikers. I think this is what gave Lossa the impetus to attack. He lost all of his artillery in that duel. So if he'd not have attacked at that point, Shaun would have won out, because he would have been able to turn his artillery attention to the front line. And I think actually that was probably what made Lossa attack in that southern side, was his artillery got destroyed. So he had to attack them, because he couldn't continue trading in artillery duels, you know, because he had no artillery left. So Shaun was just going to continue to artillery Lossa's front line until Lossa lost all of his units to artillery strikes. So he had to attack at that point. I think that was the point where Lossa was like, screw this, I've got to attack now. This is it. This is my opportunity, and this is the only one I'm going to get, because if I leave this another 10 minutes, all of my frontline units are going to get lost to artillery strikes. Yeah. Wow. Wow. What a game. What a beautiful game. 63 minutes, 34 seconds. I hope you breached that 40-minute mark, because once we got to about 50 minutes, that game just exploded. I think it was about 45 minutes, the game just exploded into action. You know, and that's the kind of pressure that a time limit, I think, would create, but just that little bit earlier. So instead of a 60-minute game, you know, we have a 50-minute game. I know it's 10 minutes, but, you know, you add that up onto 6 games, and that's a whole hour of difference. And I think it would make a difference. But, you know, this is my opinion. I am just one man here. This is just my opinion. I hope you enjoyed that game. I truly did. Wonderful display of 2 top players in Steel Division 2. And I'm glad I covered this one. Because I was, when I saw the time limit on this game, you know, I do see the time limit in advance. When I saw that it was over an hour, you know, for a moment I was kind of like, oh, I'm not sure, you know, that's a full hour that I have to commit to casting this game when I could commit to casting a 40-minute game, you know, instead. But I am really glad I did so, and obviously, you know, Lossa pulling out the victory there was a fantastic upset against Shaun. I hope to see both of these plays in the future. I'm sure Shaun will still advance forwards in the Steel Division 2 League. We'll see plenty more of him, but this really does give Lossa a good opportunity now to advance forwards as well. Maybe these two might meet each other in the future for a rematch. Thanks very much for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe. Also, check out the links in the description. Links to my Twitter, Discord, Twitch, and Patreon. All of the Patreon support is vital for me upgrading my equipment. So thank you very much to my Patreon supporters. I am Angry Birds. I will see you again in the future for more fantastic Steel Division 2. Good night.